the chase and the hunting. I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100.
Hi guys, and welcome to animation tutorial developed using Sprite Sheet. So I'm going to show you guys how I put this together apart from the fire effect. And let's go into the editor now and start up a new project.
Almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find.
So I'm going to stop that and let's click on new file here. So let's go in there and just select new scene. Click on create. I'm going to save that because I've made some changes to the previous one. Now, okay guys, I'm going to create a new folder here so that we start everything all over. And that is the folder I intend to use. So we can give it a name, just call it anime. So that is fine. Okay, in this very folder, if you double click on it, it's empty. So I'm going to go straight into where I have my music, drag the music, drop it there. That music is actually a free music from YouTube, so you guys can do the same thing. Go onto YouTube, the audio area, and you can grab yourself a beautiful song. Okay, so that's coming up. There we go, the music is right there now. Now the next thing I want to do is to get hold of my sprite that I intend to use. That is the sprite sheet. Drag that and just dump it right here as well. And there we go, that's my sprite sheet in there. As you can see, it's right there. Make sure your sprite sheet is selected. And right here you see where we have the inspector, you will see texture type. Drop that down. We need to change that to Sprite 2D and UI. Select Sprite 2D and UI. Now right here where we have sprite mode, drop that down, select multiple. And the next thing is for you to click on sprite editor, then click on apply. But before I click on apply, I just want you guys to know if you are starting the program fresh, it may ask you to import the 2D sprite. So I'm going to click on apply there. Because I already have this, let's assume I close this. The system, for those of you that don't have Sprite 2D already installed on your system, is going to ask you to install Sprite 2D. So all you need to do is go straight into package manager, and in there select, you see the package, drop it down, select Unity registry. Inside the Unity registry you should be able to see the 2D sprite, and right there, that is this 2D sprite. All you then need to do is to install it straight onto your system. Because I've already installed it, I'm going to leave it there, and that's it. So once that is done, you can now start work with your animation. So just select this, go through that very process that I showed you earlier. Texture type, Sprite 2D and UI. Sprite mode, make sure it's multiple. And right underneath here, you make sure you click on editor. Now, sometimes your editor might be as slim. You just need to extend it so that you can see slice, this very one here. Now, I then need to slice my sprite, so come right in here. Automatic is the one I'm going to end up using, but there are some other ones in there. Grid by cell size. If your images are in order, so you can use that. As you can see, mine is not well positioned. And you can also use grid by cell count, which means in this case you check out the columns. Like we have 6 columns here, 1 2 3 4 5 columns by 6. So if I enter 5 in here, and 1 2 3 4 5 columns by 4. But the problem is, as you can see, it's not in order. The images are not in order, so I'm going to change that to automatic. In the case of automatic, once I click on slice, there we go, the system officially recognizes where each images are. So just click on apply up here. There, that's it, it's applied. And you end up with this play ahead. You can close this then. If I click on this now, you see all of the images. Okay, so as you can see, even the shoes automatically appear, which I don't really need. Okay, if you want, you can just paste something in there, maybe like terrain or whatever. The choice is yours. The main thing is just how to use the sprite to animate. So I'm going to select all of the sprite. So click on that, hold on to your shift key, and I'm going to deselect these shoes. I don't want that shoe in there. Now I'm going to drag my selected sprite and just dump it there. I like to actually paste it where I can see the camera, but this pops up asking me to give it a name, so I'm going to call it Anime Sprite and click on save. There we go, and that's the Anime Sprite. I'm going to change the size to 5 by 5 by 5 so that you guys can see it. That's it. Let's see where the camera is. So there's a camera. Click on here. I cannot see the sprite, so I want to position the camera where I can see the sprite properly. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now let's just move it where we can see it properly, and I'm going to kind of move the camera that way. Okay, that's fine. Now let's try that out. I'm going to click on run just to see how it's going to look like. There we go, it's coming up. There we go, look at that. So let's end that. I'm now going to go back in here, just make copies of it. That is it right there, the sprite. Right click on the sprite, click on duplicate. We have one, move that aside. Create more duplicate, right click and duplicate. We have two. Yeah, something like that. There we go. So click on run. The previous one you guys saw, you saw fire effects. So I'm just going to dump some fire effect in there, and that'll be it. There we go, look at that, guys. So let's come right in here, go to my project, and let's look for the fire effect. Okay, so click on that. Let's go to the prefab for the fire effect. You can get the fire and explosion effect on right here inside your package manager. Just type in fire and explosion effect, and you double click on the prefab. So I can see some fireballs here, so just dump that one somewhere here. There we go, look at that. And dump another one here, maybe one more, and one here, and that is it. So run your program, and that is how you put together your Sprite Sheet animation. Now let's add sound or music to it or whatever. So we need to add that. Then make sure I can see the fire. Alright, so let's select all of the fire so that I can see it properly, and I'm going to move them down. Yeah, there we go. Those are the firework. Yep, I should be able to see them now. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's add sound. Now I'm going to select the camera. Inside the camera I will then add audio source. I don't know if that's a good idea because there's a audio listener in the camera, so but let's give it a shot. Now let's come in here, look for my sound. I have it inside my folder that I call anime. Now select the camera, drag this sound and just dump it in there. Dump it right in there. There we go. The sound is inside the audio source, or the music is inside the audio source. So let's run it now and see. Click on run. They should be dancing to the music. There we go. You can see the fire. The speaker is off. Click on the speaker.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I'm running. I always give it 100. Don't need a big 100. Play the game like.
And that's how you create your own animated sprite sheet. in unity. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this brief tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I'm running, I always give it 100. Don't need a bank or funded. Play the game like it's nothing.